What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about CD Projekt Red's big apology on Twitter about the last generation versions of Cyberpunk 2077 and how their statement here, while I do think it's appreciated, there's definitely some cat and mouse and there's definitely some, I would say, shady stuff behind the scenes with this, because I don't think they entirely mean it. They're just apologizing because it seems like they get called out for, or they got called out for it with all the videos and everything. But let's get into what they have to say, and then I will address the issues that I have, the good and the bad. So here's what they have to say on the official Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter account. Dear gamers, first of all, we would like to start by apologizing to you for not showing the game on base last gen consoles before it premiered, and in consequence not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase. We should have paid more attention to making it play better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Second, we will fix bugs and crashes and improve the overall experience. The first round of updates has just been released and the next one is coming within the next 7 days. Expect more, as we will update frequently whenever new improvements are ready. After the holidays, we will continue working. We'll release 2 large patches, starting with patch number 1 in January. This will be followed by patch number 2 in February. Together, these should fix the most prominent problems gamers are facing on last-gen consoles. We will be informing you about the contents of each patch ahead of their release. They won't make the game on last gen look like it's running on a high-spec PC or next-gen console, but it'll be closer to that experience that it is now. Finally, we would always like everyone who buys our games to be satisfied with their purchase. We would appreciate it if you would give us a chance, but if you are not pleased with the game on your console and don't want to wait for updates, you can opt to refund your copy. For copies purchased digitally, please use the refund system of PSN or Xbox Live respectively. For box versions, please first try to get a refund at the store where you bought the game. Should this not be possible, please contact us at helpmerefund@cdprojectred.com and we will do our best to help you. Starting from today, you can contact us for a week up until December 21st, 2020. Humbly, all the people in terms of the top lead people at CD Projekt Red. P.S. PC gamers will also be getting regular updates and fixes improving the game. So let's talk about this first. I have a number of issues with what they had to say. I want to first talk about the beginning part where they said, first, we want to start by apologizing to you for not showing the game on base last-gen consoles before it premiered, and in consequence, not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase. Actually, you're not sorry about that, because if you were actually sorry about that, you would have just shown us. You have the game, it's in your hands, you could have easily just shown us. You purposefully didn't show us so people couldn't see how bad the game was running, and to where people could maybe just buy the game and hopefully you can just patch and fix it and they'll be patient with the game. Now, people have until December 21st, right, when it comes down to it, so about a week or so. The game just recently launched, so that's the biggest issue with this right here. It's like, well, we apologize. Well, wait a minute, what do you mean you apologize? Why didn't you just do it from the beginning? Like, there's no need for you guys not to show us what it was unless you were trying to hide something purposefully. So to me, that's just a little bit like, okay, well, it's really bad and now we're sorry because we're getting so much backlash. But you're not really sorry. You should have just showed us from the beginning. You intentionally didn't do that. Now you're apologizing. You intentionally did it. It's not like it was an accident or something like that. It was intentional to not show the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One base versions of the game with all the various embargoes that you guys took a lot of time writing up and sending to reviewers, and then not giving reviewers the base Xbox One and PlayStation versions of the game. So no, you're not sorry, because you did all sorts of things here and there to make sure people didn't see that version of the game. It's now that the backlash is coming in, then all of a sudden, oh, we're sorry for it. Okay, well, it is what it is there. Now, these patches. So the game already is like, what, 50 something gigabytes base, and then on top of that there was like a 16 gigabyte patch, and then now they're saying that there's going to be another patch coming within the next 7 days, and then there's going to be another large patch in January, and then another large patch in February. So by the time that this is all said and done, this is easily going to be well over 100 gigabytes. This could be 150 to 200 gigabytes for this game. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Based on the hype, based on the pedigree of CD Projekt Red, and I know that Witcher 3 launched with some issues, but I don't think it was as bad as this. I don't think it was as bad as this, and I think that CD Projekt Red definitely failed gamers a bit with this, because this is not what people signed up for when it comes down to it. Now, I'm playing the game on the PlayStation 5 myself, and I haven't ran into as many bugs as other people, but then again, I'm not as far as other people. I'm just having, I wouldn't say I'm not having fun, but it's just not, like, considering all the hype that went into it, it just doesn't feel like it's as fun as people were making it out to be. Now, the gunplay is nice, and the game seems well enough on PlayStation 5. The frame rate's pretty good, and the graphics look good, especially with that update. They kind of made things a little bit better. It's still not the next gen update, right, which they didn't talk about that here. Maybe that's going to be delayed a little bit more because there's no release date for that. But it definitely seems like they're going to have to fix some things first before they can really iron out and get out that next gen update. And speaking of that next gen update, once again, it's another problem because look at all these patches that we're going to have to download. And then the next gen update on top of that. Yeah, this game's definitely going to be like 200 something gigabytes when it's all said and done on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. So I'm disappointed in CD Projekt Red. I think that they're definitely better than this. They've been known to be one of the most consumer-friendly companies out there. People always talk about how great they are. That's the reason why 8 million people pre-ordered the game, and so many people were hyping this game up for many, many years. And unfortunately, based on what I've seen so far and based on the reviews that I've read and just kind of based on the gameplay, how it launched, there's no way that it lived up to the hype based on what we've seen, right? Because they said it's PlayStation 4, Xbox One, they said PS4 Pro, Xbox Series X. They didn't say that the last gen systems are going to be a bad experience. They never said that at all. They said they're trying to deliver the best experience across all the platforms, and obviously this is not the best experience based on their own words here, based on what they had to say here. They're apologizing. They're saying you can get a refund. They're saying that you don't have to stick with this game if you don't want to wait for patches, because it's going to be months here. I mean, February, so we still got another 2 months plus, when it comes down to it, to actually fix everything with the game. So very unfortunate on that end, but at the same time, at least minimum, they came out and said something. But I almost feel like they had to, based on all the different bad videos that were going up in press and just the state of the game, how it was on base PS4 and base Xbox One. I mean, it's not like gamers were just going to sit down and say, all right, that's okay. I mean, people were probably going to say there's lawsuits or other stuff coming up because of how poor it was running and everything that people were saying. So regardless, they were going to have to address it. Although I will say this, I think this brings up a very good point. We talked about on the Spawncast podcast that I do. But we talked about this, but don't be pre-ordering games that you've never seen. Like, if you've never seen footage of it, if they don't want to show you footage of it, this is the case in point. Like, don't do it. Even if it's with a huge developer like CD Projekt Red that's been making games for a while, and Warner Bros. Publisher, they have all this stuff, right? Graphics, all this different stuff, high tech. Do not pre-order the game if you haven't seen it running on that platform. If there isn't a live gameplay demo, if they're doing really weird stuff and saying, hey, well, it's only on PC, you can only review it on there, and then everything else, we gotta wait, do not pre-order the game. Wait till the game is actually out. There will be copies in stores with big games. Now, if it's a smaller game, I get it, right? Limited run, I get it. But do not pre-order these games anymore and give them your money beforehand and have to go through all of this. Whereas if you wait, you can see how it is, and then you can make your own informed decision on what you want to do. So it is what it is at this point, and hopefully things can have a nice resolution for everybody involved. It looks like they're trying to fix things, but a lot of the damage has already been done. But at the end of the day, it's not something to where it's like, oh, we're gonna cancel them out and CD Projekt Red is done and I hate everybody there. Nah, look, they admitted their mistake because obviously they got called out pretty hard for it, and it's about fixing the things, and salvaging what's left, because I think that there's still a very good game within Cyberpunk 2077. It didn't live up to the hype, in my opinion, but there's still a very good game inside there, especially if you're playing on PC. You're not having anywhere near as many problems, But there's a good game. There's a good game there. And I think that by the time that they're finally done with it, with the actual release of the game, you know, with everything, when they have the next gen patches there, all the other patches and all that, people are going to have a lot of fun with the game. I'm thinking about just waiting. I have plenty of games to play, and I'll probably just wait till everything is done. So yeah, that's just what I'm going to do probably. So what are you guys' thoughts on this? What do you guys think about everything? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.